What's up, guys? I hope you guys all had a nice long weekend and we're finally back at it. Time to make some money, obviously. Right now we're gonna do our normal routine. We're gonna talk about how the pre-market was, the overnight session was, and we're gonna get a quick glimpse of what happened, right? So let's just take a quick look at the ES. So as we know, for the past couple days, since about Thursday, we have been just doing a little sell-off, and that's because there's been a big tech sell-off, and there's also been a down sell rating for Apple by Goldman Sachs, which is making a pretty big impact right now. But I don't think this tech sell-off is something to be worried about. To me, it looks like a big pullback, but other than that, we're still looking to push. We're still getting more investors to put money in all the time right now. So that's something to really pay attention to in the overall market. But since the overnight session, like what happened yesterday was, obviously I didn't trade yesterday because it's a holiday, as well as futures were only open for a little bit. It's not worth the risk. Low volume, not worth my time. But yesterday it did pump up nice and neat, but then right when we opened up again later in the day, that's when we started seeing some struggle. And then around 2 a.m. this morning, that's when we finally saw the big pump down, right? We just started selling off and just kept going. Broke through all of our support and resistance levels right here. We were trying to break through here, couldn't really hold it, pushed right through. Did that quick little bounce that we talk about off the support and resistance levels. Go for a point or two, you could go do that, but right now I'm literally just going for my algo plays, just waiting it out because they work. And I'll show you the results for the whole algo plays for the month of July as well as August, because that way you guys can see. Because I know since I started the stream, I have been taking like other trades because of other analysis, but I'm going back to my ways because that's where the real money was made. I think it was a lot to do with, people watching and everything, being new to YouTube. So I think there's that little pressure, but I'm finally over that. I'm just gonna be waiting, and then yeah. But overall, we're still pretty much trending downwards. What I might do is look for a nice little pullback, if we can get a nice little pump up, and then I'll try to get short again, but that's only if there's confirmation, because we do know that we have that tendency to push down and then just push right up again, right? That's something we really have to be careful about. And as we can see, delta is down. Okay, we have about 1 minute till market open. We're continuing that sell-off at the moment. Price is just pushing down. And we pretty much broke through all of the key levels for the day. So right now it's kind of just a free-for-all. So that's why we're gonna wait for a nice big pullback, and then if we can get an alert, we're gonna get in. If not, today's just gonna be one of those days where we just have to sit on the sidelines. The good thing is both ES and NQ are both in sync. That's always a good sign. NQ slowly trying to lead. They're trying to push up a little bit, but they're getting some resistance. Let's see how well they can do it. NQ with a nice doji candle, so a little unbiasedness obviously, so you have to wait it out. Because NQ's delta pushing up, ES delta pushing down. Pay attention to that. Yikes. I don't know if any of you guys have been paying attention to Nikolai, but there was just news that Nikolai shares popped 45% after General Motors takes an 11% stake in the electric truck maker. It's a nice pump. You gotta watch out for this, guys. ES pushing down, NQ pushing up. Remember when that happens? We've seen it happen last week and the week before that a couple times. That's when we had bad days, right? We struggled on those days. Market just comes a little bit sideways for a good amount of time before it breaks out. So you want to look for that breakout move if this continues, right? Because one will always catch up to the other. Sometimes it's just a matter of time, you know, divergence, you just got to pay attention to it. And you can even see the delta on the ES is chopping around. ES finally is trying to catch up with the NQ. Things are trying to sync up a little bit. This could be the potential pullback that we were looking for before we enter short again, but we just have to see what's going to happen. Yeah, Harry, the dome is quite thin today. But at least it's back to normal other than last week, right? When we saw that big surge out of nowhere and the dome was not reacting properly. Just give it like the first 15 minutes to be over. That's when it'll start to slow down just a little bit, at least on the ES, right? Still looking at the dome, it's still acting a bit weird. Not much volume today either. Are we approaching that rollover date? Let me see, 1 second. No, not yet. We still have more volume in the current contracts. Yeah, not too much Not too many buyers or sellers right now. This is nothing. These numbers are usually in like the hundreds every single time. Yeah, I'm gonna let this play out. I have my speaker up so that I can hear my alerts and everything. You guys will be able to hear them too. Obviously, you'll get them in the Discord as well. But that's what I'm gonna be playing today. Just play off my alerts. But again, you can always go for that morning breakout range. I'll draw it once we get closer to the end of the candle. Now we're seeing no. Something's up with this, man. The way it's jumping back and forth is not normal. And I was trying to figure out what happened like on like Thursday, Friday as well with the dome. Like a lot of people notice the same thing, so it's like, but there's no real answer to it. Well, not yet at least. Yeah, as of right now, still looks bearish. Like I was saying, the trend seems to continue. It broke through all of our support levels right here, right? Buffered right there a little bit, broke through, buffered here again, broke through, couldn't break above. So pretty bearish at the moment. Might get into a trade on the NQ today actually. I feel like that has a potential to just flush down. Yikes. Guys, look at the NQs though. This is just exactly like it was on like Thursday, Friday. This is wild. Potential play at the break of this candle. Might just go for a quick 10 points on the NQ. I might end up canceling this order very soon. Don't like the way it's reversing at the moment. Candlestick formation. Not making it attractive at all. Delta pushing up. Yes. Also, the delta's trying to go up as well. Honestly, watching the NQ's dome is honestly just a headache. Finally starting to get pushed down a little bit. ES pretty much broke through the morning range as well. So morning range bottomed out at 33.40.58. Right here, 33.40. Went all the way down till 37. If you were just going for that 2-point breakout, you would have got a nice fill, and like it would have been like a 1-minute trade. Yep, canceling the NQ order. Lost some momentum there. So I'm not gonna be getting in it. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm done with that. I'm just gonna wait, take my 1 to 2 trades a day on the ES, and be done. I think historically September has always been one of those weird floppy months. Tesla's down a whopping 17% today. Apple's down 4%. Nikolai, on the other hand, is up 27%. I guess all the Tesla bears are right now super happy. I believe, what was the stats? 10% of Tesla holders were short bias. I'm pretty sure their portfolio didn't look good for a long time, right? I think the ES can easily just keep going down today. There's no support at the moment. Not seeing anything. We might get choppy here, but that's about it. Not a whole lot of buyers stepping in. Sellers seem to be remaining strong today. We're holding below our resistance levels as well, so we might just end up continuously pushing. The only thing that's bothering me right now is the delta. Yes, chopping around. NQ pushing up, but price pushing down. So that's something to pay attention to. We have a resistance level for the NQ at 11,286. And another resistance point for the ES was at 33.78.50, you know, plus minus a tick. But in the meantime, let's talk about the results from the algo just for the futures, right? Just the ES. I went over it this weekend. I was like, you know what? Let me just make a nice Excel sheet so people can see that if you just stick to the rules on what could happen, right? Let's start with July 1st, right? In July, the algo alert. So the rules for this was you're only trading from 8 a.m. till 12, and once you win, one trade, you're done for the day, you walk away from the futures. You want to go trade stocks, whatever, go do that. But when you're getting the algo alerts, trade the first one that you get between 8 and 12. If you win on it, you're done and you walk away. If you lose on it, you can come back because maybe it was the market was a bit choppy, so you got caught in it, and then the next alert is going to pump through. So if you lost, you're allowed to trade one more time, but that's it. That way you're not over trading, you're not doing anything. And these are the results on every time the algo alert came between 8 and 12 in July. I have one for August too, which I'll get to. But in total, in July, there was a total of 19 trades total. 15 of which were wins, 14 of which were losses. Sorry, 15 were wins, 4 of which, not 14, 4 of which were losses. 1 was break even. That gives us a win rate of 75%. And again, we're trading 2 contracts. So your total winnings would have been 16,800. Total losers would have just been 1,675. Again, you have to have your losses. That's the only way. There's no 100% guarantee in the market. Your net profit for July would have been $15,125. That's the power of the algo, right? July was a good month. We had nice swings, we had nice momentum plays and everything. Let's take a look at August, right? We saw that there was a lot more chop. There's a lot of like unbiasedness in the market, a lot of stuff going on. Let's see how we did in July. Sorry, August. My bad. This should be reversed. That way, when I read it, it's proper. Yeah. So August. In August, there's a total of 23 trades, 19 of which were winners, 4 of which were losers. Break even, 0. Again, same strategy. 8 a.m. till 12. And most of the times, these alerts come between right around like 9:45, 10, and you're done for the day pretty quickly. But that's our time frame. At least that's the time frame I trade. That's the time frame when there's the most volume, nice momentum moves. That's why we go for it. Like I said, wins were 19, losses were 4, break even 0. That gives us a win rate of 83%. Total winners when we're trading 2 contracts, 11,525. Total losers, 1,900. Net profit, 9,625. That's why I said I'm just sticking with the algo alerts again, because I know with YouTube kind of got a little bit of pressure. I don't know why. It's a pressure I built on myself. You know, people are watching. You know, it's like when you take like an exam when you're in school and your teacher's like kind of standing behind you. Even though you're like just thinking, you might just start writing stuff down, or pretend. I don't know, but I think that was like the little barrier I had to break with YouTube, knowing that people were watching me. I was trying to do more stuff, like different strategies as well that I used to trade, but now it's just like I'm sticking with the algo alerts, going back to it because that's what I used to do. So that's why you're gonna see me be waiting a lot of times just because I'm only taking that 1 or 2 trades per day. I'm not that trader that says, oh, I gotta take 40 trades to make money. Because that's false. You don't need to take 40 trades to make money. You can literally take 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, and you're done. And my rule is, you know, baseball, right? Like 3 strikes, you're out. Same thing with trading. If you have 3 losses, you're out. You're done for the day. I don't care what you're doing, you're done for the day. That means everything that you're doing, the market's going against you. You're better off just coming in another day. Again, 83% in August. July, 75%. But your win rate doesn't really matter. It's how much profit you're bringing in. And we can see in our losses, right? The max loss we had, the highest loss we had was 600. But the biggest gain we had was 3,175. That's the whole point of the algo, right? Where we have the risk to reward measured out. We're never risking too much because our winners are high. Low risk, high reward. That's what we want. So we just have to stick with the algo and then follow our rules. Like I said, I made that video on YouTube. It explains all the rules. And all we're doing is trading 8 to 12, dude. Like 4 hours and you're making this much? Think about it. And most of the times, you're not sitting at your desk till 12. You guys see me most of the time. I hop off the stream at 11. And most of the time, even after I'm done with my trade, I just sit on the stream because I want to talk to you guys, you know, just connect and everything. But most of the time, like, I'll be done. Like before, I used to be done. Sometimes I would be done really early. Now it's just taking a bit more time in the mornings, and which is normal. You have to adapt to market conditions. But all these results were just from trading that 4-hour window. And if an alert comes at 12:10, doesn't matter. We're not in it. We're only trading up to 12. And if we get in before 12 and it's still going, we let it sit and we let it run. But we're not entering any trades after 12 or anything like that. This is starting to set up like a potential reversal. And I think I'll make a video about the results of like just July and August. I'll make a video on that, explaining everything, explaining the rules again. That way you guys have them for yourselves. I'll write them down, make probably a Word doc or something and share it with you guys. That way if you want to follow the same exact rules, you're more than welcome to, because it works. You caught short at 63. That's a good short. And be careful with it though, because we might make a reversal. Still need more confirmation, but I just trail your stop right above one of the higher volume nodes. That way you can be safe. But you're still up like 8 points. So I'm assuming you wanted to like short for the high volume node, Perry. That's what it seems like right here, because in the high volume node of the day over here, 63.50, you saw the little bounce, caught it, went down. Okay. This is just gonna be a quick scalp play for 2 points. We tested it once, now we might go down. Might continue the short bias at the moment. NQ pretty much just bounced off of our resistance level. But again, the theory behind placing this trade is purely breakout. We tested it once. Now we know that when that happens the second time, it'll make a big push pretty quickly. And Q keeps bouncing off of that resistance level. Remember that. Got stopped out for 8 points. That's a good move, man. I'm happy for you. And Q pretty much breaking above our resistance level now, and then let's see if it can hold it. If it can hold it, obviously next target, our next resistance levels. Let's see if this can be that big reversal, right? Because that happens, that V-shaped reversal. This is more like a U, but like still. Depends on what time frame you're looking at, but if you're looking at the 1 minute, probably, but 5 minutes, we still got some time before it looks like it's the channel. Guys, remember this morning range, we're still inside of it. And we can chop right around this and then we can get a nice push out either direction. So just gotta be careful. We've seen this happen time and time again, right? So just pay attention.
Order filled.
Just going for a quick 2 points out of the morning breakout. Some sellers stepping in. This dome is moving way too fast.
Order filled.
Quick 200 right there. Simple morning breakout. Since it broke out at the top, we're not gonna bother with the breakout at the bottom. But yeah, the morning breakout's a quick quick way for a quick scalp. Obviously, you can always hold for longer if you wanted to, but I usually just use it for a quick scalp to 1 to 2 points. And then I'll use the algo plays for the big plays, but this is just gonna be for a quick 1-point scalp at that resistance level. Since we do have the dome jumping back and forth, I think this would be an easy play to get filled on. You can see some buyer support coming in, but it's literally being taken out, man. Like, this dome is acting up. That's just determined to be our key level for today. That's why we're using that. These are all based off of like previous pivot points as well. As well as calculating pivot extension. I guess we still want to stay in that morning range. Uh, 56. Yeah, that would be a potential. Let's see. Yeah, it's only had some volume there too, so we might get that little bounce off of that. Around 56. Not a bad spot. We're just waiting it out at this point. Now it's just a waiting game. I'm finally about to approach it. Let's see. Can we get that quick bounce play?
Order filled. Order filled.
Quick fill, 100 again. What's our P&L for the day? My P&L tab disappeared? Oh, there you go. 300. Average trade time 32 seconds. Longest trade 49 seconds. I love seeing that. That's a nice bounce area. And literally just went from 78 to 72, 6-point bounce. I just wanted to go for a quick scalp, so that's why I only took it for 1 point with 2 contracts. That's $100. Already had the 200 from here, another 100 here. I'm just waiting out for the algo plays. Every other play, it has to be quick. No scalp should be more than like a minute or so. especially in these markets. Maybe like last year when things were moving a lot slower, but when it took like what, like an hour to move 2 points last year, but this year everything's rapid. Told you these levels, they're key. Touched it, bounced off, came right back down to the morning range. Now we're hitting some support at the morning range. You shorted at the 73? That's good. You probably got a couple points right now. I would kind of lock it in. Especially now since it hit 66. You might have the potential to possibly go down to 58. Could make a nice push down to 58 right around here. But just make sure if it's reversing on you, at least get out for break even, or at least a point or a tick, but don't get caught in trying to hold. You can always re-enter, but you want to secure your capital that you made before. That's good, man. Keeping your stops tight in this market, that's good. You always want to make sure you secure your profits. I might honestly look to short. If you look at the overall trend, right, it's still beaming down. And like visually, you can see a nice trend line. I can draw it out for you guys. I just see these things in my head now. After a while, you just get so used to it. Just from tops, right? Just connecting the tops. We are getting that little chop right around that trend line area. But say we draw a bigger one. Where would we draw? We can start here. Connect that. The long-term trend still down. We broke a short-term trend line here. Started to push up a little bit, but the long-term trend still down. Yeah, man, if you want to just play that channel, go for it. I think if we start closing below like 65, we might see a little shift to the downside. Because the way it just pushed up, right? Nice pullback. Starting to chop around, get weaker and weaker, and then just push down again, right? Not long at 61.25. I mean, hopefully it works out for you, but I'm still a bit short bias at the moment. As long as you're not taking losses here, you're good. Nothing wrong with getting stopped at or break even. That $1-2 commission, it's fine. That's just normal for everybody, right? Potential algo play coming soon, I would say, if it wants to continue this downtrend, but I'm also afraid of it being choppy. And it kind of breaks one of our rules, right? Whenever we get an alert on a candle that's like the size of a, like more than like 7 to 8 points, we don't want to get in because our stop would have to be a lot higher. So you can get in with one contract, but yeah, that's what I'm waiting for but this candle is really big. I don't like to get in on alerts that have a high candle because it requires a higher stop loss, as well as has the potential, just to bounce right back up. So that's one of my key issues. But if it plays out properly, like the first profit target itself is like 15 points. And today's candles have been pretty big. Not like 2-3 points. It's like what, from 48 all the way till 67. Like that's a lot. That's why I might get in with one contract, but I'm very hesitant. Is it does break my rules. Like, this is a big candle. I require a big stop. I might see if it can pull back. I might enter in the middle, but man, We're pretty much gonna get an alert on this candle right here. Just debating, do I wanna push that risk? I really don't want to get into it considering it breaks my rules. I have to stick with my rules. Oh man, this is when. Let's see. Nah, I just have to be disciplined, man. Like I just can't break it. If I miss out on a big play, it's okay. I think in the long run it'll save me, because if I start breaking my rules, everything just goes to hell, right? But like, I'll show you guys what I was talking about. So we got the algo alert here. Clear pullback, enter. Our first target itself is 33.33. First target itself is 18.75 points. Right. But one of the rules I have with the algo, the video I made before and posted on YouTube, it says anytime the alert's over 7 or 8 points, don't get into it, because it's a higher risk play, because you need a higher stop. He's like, let's see what the stop would be here, right? Stop would be 20 points. And that's something, it's not worth the risk. Like, we want quick plays. For it to move 15 points, it has to be a big drop. Something has to happen. Right now, it's hesitating. That's why I'm not going to get in on this play. It's part of my rules. Got to stick with it. And then it didn't just come this far to start breaking my rules, right? It's like, it's a bit nerve-wracking sometimes, but if you want to get in, on those big plays, but then sometimes you gotta be like, hey, I made these rules for a reason. Everything was tested. So I'm happy I'm not getting into it. Good that I am just remaining with my discipline. And I'm kind of happy that I didn't pull the trigger, because now it's pushing right back up. Just think about it. If we got in right here, like one tick below, right, we would have got in at what, 33.51.50, and it's already at 64. That's 13 points right there. That's exactly why I don't follow. I placed that rule, because I tested it and saw that there was moments where when you have these big candles, even though it might break it on the next one, it's not worth it, because you're risking way too much, and you never want to risk too much of your account just to get one trade in, because you'll always find another play, right? Yeah, I was a bit jumpy there because I wanted to get in, but gotta stick with it. Gotta stick with it, man. Like, yeah, it might honestly continue to the downside, which is okay, but today, gotta stick with it. Oh man, I am super happy that I followed those rules, or else my drawdown would have been big, where we would have gave up our profits from this morning as well as plus more, right? And it's just not worth it. We got our quick scalps in on the ES. $300 for the day. Obviously, trade commissions $14. We took a couple of trades, and I think it sold it individually. That's why we had more commissions, because normally that'd be less. Yeah, I think since it sold it individually, I had a higher commission. But yeah, my max drawdown was just my commissions. The dome finally starting to ease up, get back to normal, but this is still low volume, guys. That's why we see these big candles. Really low volume for today, and I don't like it. Normally, like a good way to understand how much is going on, right? In the dome, in the current brackets, what it's trading at, these numbers should be above 1,000. Right now you see like 600, 700. This is how much like the overnight session trades in, or less, to be honest. But in the mornings we see like 1,500, 2,000, minimum over 1,000, like on both sides. Like it has to be there, but that's why we have to be careful. Mm-hmm. $40 and $75, yeah. Yeah, it's probably just gonna range between, yeah. I agree with that. Looking at it now, yeah, for the morning session, 40 and 75, that's pretty much our area, our zone. It's kind of just, again, remember, it's just coming right back into that morning range that we had. Like if I draw it out again, you'll see how many candles. Oh. Started right here. Well, this was the top, right? This was, yep. And broke out of our morning range. Started coming right back in. We're still pretty much just ranging at this point. If we can continue to get buyers in, we can see a potential reversal to the upside. But as of right now, it's just chopping around. We might see a bit more chop. But Delta's just pushing up. Whoa. But yeah, this is why I had that rule in place. We would have been down so much if I took that just because I wanted to get in. That's why we can't force ourselves to make the trade. You just gotta print out your rules in front of you. If you can't follow them, just have them in front of you, man. Like if you can't. But after a while, they're kind of just embedded into your head, so you'll remember them. You guys saw me talk it through. I was hesitant. I saw the size of the candles. Just didn't want to get in. I don't care if it continues to go down. Like it doesn't matter because like long term, it wouldn't be worth it. I'd break another rule somewhere else and I'd end up losing. But yeah, I think we're done for the day today. I don't see anything else popping up on my radar for now, at least not for a while. Now G1 for the bounce off of there. Took our little scalp off the breakout. Everything else, it's gonna take a while. And we have like an hour left to before 12. Took my trades, profitable. Gonna get out. So if you guys are still trading, as always, hope you guys get some profits in. Always wishing for you. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning and we can chat then. Until then, peace out.